What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Rapscallion here, coming at you with my 750 sub special. What we're doing today is we're actually going to be doing a Q&A. So, recently with our video format, what I've been doing is asking you guys questions, and you have been coming to me with your answers, and of course they've been featured on the recent videos. So what we're going to do today is the reverse and have just a good old Q&A session. You guys ask me some questions, and I'll give you my answers. So again, thank you guys very much for 750 subscribers. It is amazing. I'm still pretty pumped about that. And this video actually is coming out a day late. It was supposed to come out yesterday on Wednesday, but dude, it's been such a busy week with work and everything and school. About to finish up, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We got quite a few questions this time around. So first up, we have Mr. Nico Seco, and he says, I have no idea what to ask, so I'll write the first thing that pops up. What is your favorite part of the Halo story? That's actually a good one. There's so much to the Halo story. I mean, I don't know if I can pick just one specific thing, but I mean, I do love how there's just so much like mystery, especially now that 343 has taken the realms of the story. I really like how they're adding so much mystery and darkness to it. I've always found those to be the most intriguing stories. So like here, as of late, I've actually been getting really into Game of Thrones. I actually just finished the 5th season, and I just started the Telltale Games series for losing my train of thought here for Game of Thrones. And it's really fun. Like, that story is so dark, and like the way that everything is intertwined is really fascinating to me. And that's another thing I really like about the Halo series. Again, that's been kind of amplified since 343 has taken over wow, man. Since 343 has taken over the franchise, the way that everything is tied together, the books, the comics, the games, like everything is all tied together. And that's like Halo 5 is really the culmination of that. And that's, I guess, one reason I'm really pumped for that game. But yeah, I mean, I guess that would be my favorite part of the Halo story, just how everything is kind of intermingled, and there's a lot of mystery and just depth. There's so much depth to the story, so many layers that you can get invested in. And that's not something I've really done until here recently, so I'm pretty pumped about it. I like that. Next, Zerul X11 says, thoughts on expanding the Halo community or bringing some of the old communities back and decently retaining them for the duration of Halo 5. And I definitely think that Halo 5 has the potential to do that. I mean, we've got all the right tools so far. I just really hope that 343 nails the theater mode. I hope they nail Forge mode, because I think those are some of the most needed tools. Like, they just need to get those right. I think, with those main two tools right there, the rest just kind of stems from there. The return of machinimas, the return of Forge maps, and also like a really great file sharing system is like extremely needed. They really need to get those three things right: the theater mode, or just being able to record gameplay in general. The Forge mode needs to be great, and they need a file share system that works like day one. I think those are the main things that kind of prolong the game, just all the community creations that come afterward. As long as 343 can nail those three things, we should be good to go. Not to mention the fantastic gameplay that we've all seen with Halo 5. I know some people disagree with that, but myself personally, I think Halo 5 is going to be extremely fun on the gameplay front. I love the ground pound. I love sprint. Like, sprint feels really cool, especially with the way that they're balancing it. Thrusters, I absolutely loved in Halo 4 in the Halo 5 beta. I was so pumped to see those come back. So I think we got ourselves a winner here. I definitely think Halo 5 is definitely a contender to bring all these communities back for sure. Logan Grimmar says, when Halo 5 comes out, could we, meaning himself, myself, Hyperion, and Happy ZU, try to get a rematch with the best of 3 with Golden Boy? So if you guys don't know, during the beta, we actually, us four, ran into Golden Boy and his squad in the Halo 5 beta. We had like a kind of impromptu best 2 out of 3 tournament. We took the first game, and then Golden Boy and his goons took the second and third game. But yes, absolutely, Golden Boy, again, if you're watching this, man, I'm going to be tweeting you once Halo 5 comes out. If we ever run into you online, it's rematch for sure. We're going to take the gold. Crazy Spartan says, does long hair give you more prowess as a gamer? And yeah, absolutely, sir. It is actually the source of my powers. Should I ever lose my hair follicles, I will become Frank O'Connor and no longer have any sort of gaming prowess whatsoever. That was lame. So and then he also says, who would win in a fight, Bonnie Ross, Kiki Wolfkill, or Jessica Shea, aka BS Angel? And hands down, okay, so Bonnie Ross, she would try to, she could probably hold her own. She definitely looks like she's a fighter. Jessica Shea or BS Angel, I'm sorry to tell you, but she's done. She'll probably yell really loud and flail her arms about, but she's no fighter. But Kiki Wolfkill, man, I think she actually is a boxer, a fighter. I think she does like MMA. I know she's a race car driver, but I would not be surprised if she actually does MMA as well. But she looks mean. She could definitely wreck somebody's world for sure. Kiki Wolfkill, hands down, would win that fist fight. The Halo Array says, how did you get into Halo? Give us your Halo history and congrats on the 750. Thank you, man. So the very first time that I came in contact with Halo was back in, it was either my freshman year of high school or my second year of junior high. And we were all like out in break, like during classes. I think like midway through the day, we had like a break where we could go and get like snacks and drinks, and then we'll go to the next class. And you know, my normal group of friends, like they were out there just talking about this new game Halo, and they were doing some stupid chant. It was like, hoo, 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 hoo. And like I was like, what are you guys even talking about? So we got to talk about Halo. They got me pretty hyped about it. We actually went over to their house, one of the guys' house, a few weeks later. And the very first Halo game, or very first Halo match that I ever played was 4-player split screen snipers on Sidewinder, and I absolutely fell in love with the game after that point. You know, after I jumped in a Warthog and figured out the controls for it, the way that you would like slide on the ice, and just the overall like gameplay just felt amazing. And from that day forward, I was hooked, man. I had to get an Xbox with Halo, and I have not looked back since. So that was my my very first experience with Halo, and you know, of course, Halo 2, 3, 4, and coming up here soon, Halo 5. I've been with it ever since. So that would be my very short, very brief history with Halo. Hyperion GC says, will you ever do a ChickFilA related giveaway? So this is stemmed. I was doing a stream a couple days ago, and like Hyperion, I guess, went to a comic shop, and then he went to ChickFilA later on that day, and like the chat was just all about some ChickFilA at that point, and like I was getting hungry, man, about that time, and I stopped the stream and went and got some ChickFilA to eat it. But yes, ChickFilA is definitely not out of the question. If you guys are not familiar with ChickFilA, it is like one of the best chicken restaurants in the South, in the U.S. I don't think it's in the North or over on the West Coast or anything like that. I'm not too sure, but ChickFilA is the bomb. So look out for that giveaway. Maybe we'll do it for 1,000 subs. Blighted Arbor says, do you think Halo 5 has the potential to revive Halo? Sorry, Penny's jumping up on me here. And yes, absolutely I do. You know, kind of like how I mentioned earlier with Zerul X11's question, if they can nail the Forge mode, the theater mode, and the file sharing system, I think that is like the base, like the core of what you need. I mean, of course, Halo's already got great gameplay. Again, I think that Halo 5's like Spartan abilities, the fact that everyone has even starts in arena, of course, along with like the thruster and the sprint and the way that they're balancing that and everything, I think it's gonna make for a fantastic game. Not to mention like the story, like the whole like mysterious aspect of it, like what exactly is Blue Team's objective? Why is Master Chief gone AWOL, and why is he able to control the Guardians? Like, just there's not really a game out there, like a first-person shooter game out there, where both the story and the gameplay get me excited. It's either one or the other, and Halo's like the only one that I'm really excited for both of them. It's like, honestly, to me, it's like on the level of Star Wars, like just the amount of depth that you can go into. It's, again, with all like the lore, with all the books that have come out, and just the little things that you may have missed while you're playing the game, but they're there if you're looking for it. Just stuff like that. It's so deep. It's such a deep universe, and there's always new stuff to learn. So absolutely, I think Halo 5 has the potential to revive Halo. Again, I think another really big important aspect of that is the competitive scene, and 343 is adding a lot of new things to help out with that as well. You know, they are adding the ability to toggle on and off sprint and Spartan abilities should the the classic Halo players or the pro players want to turn that off. So that's a really big like nod in their direction to be able to do that, because in Halo 4 there was no way. I mean, you could turn off Spartan abilities, but sprint was in there no matter what you wanted to do, or if you want to turn it off, it was not an option. Just to, again, to kind of, oh, Penny is sneezing, to recap, yes, absolutely, I do think that Halo 5 has the potential to revive Halo, for sure. Cleanup says, if I had the chance to team with 3 pros, who would they be and why? Ooh, that's a tough one, because no matter which pros I pick, like, they're going to boot me immediately once I drop that -50 bomb when I'm on their team. But I would probably like to play with Ninja. I've always enjoyed watching his streams. He seems like a cool and funny guy to play with. I would want to play with Snipe Down from Evil Geniuses, because he is just such a beast. And I would want to play with my fellow long-haired Halo player, Mr. Pistola himself. Sorry, Penny is just being a little ass right now. I think that would be really fun to play with those guys. I've never actually met any pros or anything in real life. Never been to any LAN tournaments. But that would be an interesting group of guys to play with for sure. Pointless Apocalypse says, congrats, man. My question is, have you ever thought of getting into PC gaming or building a computer? I've always wanted to build a computer, but I've never actually done it. I mean, one, because it costs a lot of money. But, I mean, as far as like, one, because it costs a lot of money, and two, because I've never really done PC gaming. Other than like way back in the day, there was a studio, which I don't know if they're around or not anymore, but there was a studio called Westwood Studios, and they did a lot of like RTS games. Like they make games like Tiberian Sun and the Red Alert series, and they actually made a first-person shooter called Renegade that I think that was like a mix between like an RTS and a first-person shooter. That was actually the last of their games that I played. But other than that, ever since I got into Halo, I've been pretty much like console exclusive. I may have played like 1 or 2 PC games here and there, but yeah, I've never really actually considered it. I actually use an Apple, like a Mac computer to do all of my editing and everything, so I've never really gone outside of that. But I would like to build a PC someday. That would be really neat. Gobias6 says, did you use armor lock more than 5 matches in Reach? And if so, how have you come to terms with that decision, I should say. Yeah, I did. I have actually used armor lock more than that time. A lot of times it was for trolling, because I know everybody hated it so much. But yeah, I'm still struggling with doing that. I know I ruined a lot of people's lives, and I do apologize for that. So I am very sorry. But tonight we're actually having a Halo Reach game night, so you can expect I'm probably gonna have an armor lock in there as well. So I'm about to ruin some more people's lives. So whatever. Thanks for the question, man. And then finally we have Mr. Yam Juice. He says, will you ever put up a video of you playing drums? If you guys haven't noticed by now, I do have my drum kit right here. I am a drummer. I've been playing since I was about 15 years old, off and on. I did play with a metal band for a while, and would jam out with friends here and there. But really, ever since our band broke up, I don't really play the drums all that much anymore. Right now they're kind of like a conversation piece. But I'll play a little jig for you guys. All right, so again, I'm really rusty at the drums. I haven't really done this in a long time, so but I'm gonna play just to play a little bit of stuff for you guys. Let me set up this crappy quote-unquote tripod. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of messing around and just let the video play out. Thank you guys again for 750 subs. So let's play a little bit of drums, shall we?